Good morning, everyone. With immense pride, I take this opportunity to introduce our guest speaker for the seventh and concluding day of the NSS Special Camp 2020, Maam Soumya Sudhakaran. An efficient communicator with excellent relationship building and organizational abilities, Ma'am has been a role model in the field of distinctive teaching. She has also been recognized as the best teacher by Urban Group of Schools in 2019. Besides, she has also conducted extracurricular activities like yoga, dance, and science exhibitions. With an extensive span of experience and a strong track record in teaching, she has been an outstanding mentor. Today, we, the NSS volunteers of Carmel Convent School, Chandigarh, feel privileged to have you with us, ma'am, and look forward to an enlightening session. Once again, a very warm welcome, dear ma'am.
Thank you, my dear kids. Am I audible to everybody?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Okay, fine. So, first of all, I'm a very good morning to everybody. Don't be dull. I want you to be very fresh. A smile face on everybody's face. Ratika, I can see a very dull face on you. A smile? Yes, Ratika. So, everybody smile. So now I'm thanking everybody for giving me an opportunity to have an interaction with you. Actually, I'm not speaking. I'm just want to have an interaction with you people. Something about habits. So, ma'am, can I share my screen right now?
yes, ma'am, you can.
Okay, thank you. So the first thing which we are going to say is about habits. Now, before going to habits, I would like to share you some a small story which I have my own experience and why I felt like talking with you about habits. Okay, now it's a story goes around 3 to 4 years back where I was um, okay. So it was like I was working with my HDFC sales, and all of a sudden, like we achieved our target and we got an opportunity to visit to Germany for a 1 week program. It was like a pleasure trip for us. Now, when I went to Germany with along with my managers, everybody, we went to a restaurant, and there I saw something like whoever is sitting next to us, they were having only either one water bottle, a small one burger when two peoples are there. If it is a four, three plates of food, nothing much. Then I was thinking, Germany is such a very great place, very economic wise, rich country. Why these people are so stingy? That's what I thought. Because if the same restaurant, if we see in India, you can see 10 plates in front of every families, don't you? Like in a restaurant. So, like as a normal Indians, even we ordered all the different kinds of food, whatever the new dishes, whatever we saw, and it's like what's a lot of there in our table. Now, if you see near to your tables only one or two places, but our table is like unique one with around 10 to 15, like whoever we went, like we were around 15 peoples. So we were ordering around 20-25 plates, whatever we felt we ordered, and as usual we wasted our food. Like in midway we didn't like some of things, something we are already full, so we just stopped. We got up, and the time when we got up, everybody was looking at us in a very angry mode. Why this way? They are looking as if we have done some grave mistake or something like that. And the lady who was sitting in the billing counter, she told, this is not applicable. You have to eat the entire food. Otherwise, you cannot go out of the restaurant. This is what she told. My manager, who is already a very egoistic person, he got very angry. You know what happened? He told, this is my money. I'll spend as much as I can. So there was a small fighting between my manager as well as with that lady in the restaurant. She called a person. I don't know whom she called, but the person was in a uniform. So I assume he's a police officer. He came there. Just imagine, just we didn't had our food in a restaurant. We are ready to pay for it. For that, the police officer came. You know what he told? Okay, the money is yours, but the resources which you're wasting is belongs to the society. This is the sentence which he told me. You know the habit which the people of Germany, such a rich country, is using. They never waste food. They will have only the food which they want. So it's a small. It was like something shocking for me actually. that see, such a rich country, such people is having a habit where they don't have, they are not allowed to waste the food actually. So that is where I understood a small habit of even wasting a food will portray your personality. There we all portrayed, as an Indians we portrayed a very bad habit to them. So the people who were there, if they see another Indians, for sure what the thing which will go to their mind, oh, Indians, they are very show off kind of a things. Am I right? So even a small habits of yours will portray your personality either in a good way or in a bad way actually. How many of you know about Abraham Lincoln? Have you heard about Abraham Lincoln? Girls,
Yes,
can you
students,
chat?
respond.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, you can chat. Otherwise, you can just type the chatting. Through chatting also, you can just respond to me. Ma'am, I am unable to see the chat session actually.
Ma'am, from this side, we can see. You can just.
Yes, okay, fine. Okay, fine. So, Abraham Lincoln, you know, he's a great, he was a president of India, sorry, president of American president, great president. He's the one who removed the slaves. So, he's such a great person. Now, one of his habits, you would have heard about that story also. Like, one of his small habits is like, he used to iron his dress, he used to polish his shoes by himself, even after becoming American president. You know, that small habit of him shows a very, portrayed him in a very great way, called as humanity. Okay, such a great person he was, and even that small habit shows or portrayed his personality in a positive way. Okay, so that is why each a small habit of us will portray ourselves, what personality we are, what kind of a person we are. The one we through our habits we can design our own life actually. We can show to the others whom we are. So that is why I took this topic, where I feel like, okay, I want to share something about habits, where even you will be feeling like somewhere that throughout your life you would have been felt like somewhere I should change this habit, my habit. I feel this is a bad habit which I am having. Maybe it will be a very small thing, it's not going to affect any of your friends, colleagues, family, but you felt it, yes, I should change this habit. Once you change that habit, I will take you through this presentation, like once if you change these habits, what are the positive things you're going to gain through this. Okay, dear kids, so I'm just going to my next slide. Okay, so now before going to that, so like now tell me, can you just share me the chat session, like okay, can you type me in the chat section, like what do you mean by good habits and what do you mean by bad habits, something one or two in one sentence though, something like that. Someone, like, what do you mean by good habits and what do you mean by bad habits, kids?
Yes, volunteers, come on. You all know about it. Come on, now it's time to just show ma'am that what you know. Come on.
Tell me at least in one word, what do you mean by good habits? You can just mention GH, what it is, BH, what it is. No need to type the entire thing. Okay, Ashta, that will make us better person, will help us to achieve our goals. Okay, desirable habits. Then what else? What are some good habits? That's it? Only two? Come on.
Volunteers, come on, write down, beta.
I just want simple thing. Tell me some of the good habits or some of the bad habits. That's it. Okay, can I? That's it? Kids?
Yes or no, bache?
At least tell me yes or no. Do you know what is bad habits? Are you in sleeping mode? Do you feel like sleeping when I speak? Is that so, kids?
No, ma'am.
No,
Then?
ma'am.
Okay, then come on. Tell me. That help in developing our personality. Okay, fine, good. Then what is bad habits? Ruin our lifestyle. Okay, fine. Okay, I am telling some bad habits, okay? Telling lies, is that a bad habit? Telling lies, is that a bad habit? Yes, or
Yes,
no? At least
ma'am.
message. Yes. Yes. Biting your nails, is that a bad habit?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Watching videos like completely into your social media, Facebook, Instagram, video games, all this, is that a bad habit? Let me
Yes,
know.
ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Okay, so then so these are some like insulting others, is that a bad habit?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
But can I tell you something? Actually, according to me, there is no bad habit at all. Okay, bad habits, telling lies. Maybe at the time when you're telling lies, you are not hurting the other person. Okay, when you are watching the Instagram, you're connecting to a social media. You're just developing your contacts. That's it. You're enjoying it. You're giving video games. Your brain will be working, right? Am I right? Like when you play all those games or something, even your brain will be working how to do it. It's like technical field. Am I right? Am I right, kids? Only your
Yes,
mom is
ma'am.
nodding her head. Your mom is
Yes,
nodding.
ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
So, actually, you know what? There is no bad habit or good habit. There is only one habit, that is essential habits. Now, I'll tell you what do you mean by this essential habits actually. When I was studying in my degree, I used to stay in a hostel. And there are two roommates for me. One girl, she is so untidy. She never wash her clothes, and her clothes keep on dumping. As it's like 1 week, 2 weeks, and I can see she used to take one of her t-shirts or something and just spray it. She'll wear the same t-shirt without washing. Okay, and there is another girl who is very tidy, and she always get irritated by this habit. Now the first girl, but she's very good at heart. She helps you in studies, everything. So one of her bad habit, which is very unclean, it doesn't mean that she is like a that she's like a bad person or something. She's a very good at heart, she teaches. Whereas the other girl who is very cleanliness, very good at cleanliness, she's very stingy. She will never help you in studies. She will never show you a record, nothing. So it is not that kind of a good thing actually. So from there, from this example, from this experience, what I learned is like, see, habits, it doesn't mean that that person is bad or good or something actually. Habits, it means that you it is like whether that particular habit is useful for you for your long run. Telling lies may be useful for you at that particular point of time. You are not hurting the other person or something, but in the long run, you just see whether telling lies is good. No, for the long run, some or the other day, the person will know the reality or the real truth actually. But you know what, um, at that time that bad habit may support you. That time you will be feeling, till now I was studying, so playing in a video game, it is just for a half an hour, that's okay for me. Okay, I just refreshing myself. But you know, if just think whether I'm doing, even if it is for half an hour, think whether it is useful for me for my long run, whether it will be useful for my entire life. No, playing video games, it is no useful for me, nothing. I'm not going to gain anything from it. Just I'm just breaking my brain again. I'm not giving any rest to my brain. Instead, listen to some music. I'm giving my rest to my brain actually. Even after studying for 1 hour, 2 hour, listen to some music. One music, you're giving rest to your brain instead of playing the refreshment through the video games actually. So there is no good or bad habit. There is only essential habit. The habit, whenever you're portraying, when you're doing it right now, you just think whether it's useful for me for the long run, or is it not useful. If it is not useful for the long run, just stop it immediately. If it is useful for your long run, then okay, you can do it actually. Okay, so now, by changing your habit, we can change your life. That's what great people, everybody telling. Even a small habit changing will change my entire life actually. So I'll tell you one small example of myself. When I was studying in 7th standard, I had a very bad habit of telling lies to my mother. Now those days, Preeti ma'am will be knowing, we don't have mobile phones. We have only books actually to read. Okay, so you know what I used to do? I used to get the books from the dictative books of Nancy Drew from the library, and I used to keep inside my social textbook. Okay, and what I used to do, I used to read like as if I'm studying. I used to read the entire detective books, and my mother thinks, my girl, she's studying so hard. Have you people have done those kind of things? Maybe not books, at least under your book, some mobile phones playing something. Kids, have you done it? Or you? But I used to tell the lies actually. I think my kids all are sleeping. They are feeling very sleepy. 10 o'clock morning. It's already 10, 10, 10. Is that so, kids? Is that so?
No, ma'am. No, no.
No, ma'am.
I'm feeling like you people are sleeping by listening to my voice actually.
Ma'am, your
Is that
voice is so soothing. Your voice is so soothing. It's giving them this immense pleasure, actually.
so, kids? Yes, ma'am. Pragya. Ustad. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. So you're feeling sleepy. So you feel like, okay, Lori. I'll sing a Lori so you can sleep actually. Is that so? Kids? Come on, yaar. Come on. Tell me. Respond. No. Okay, great. So I was great, great. Okay, fine. So, I used to tell this lies to my mother. Now, one day, you know what happened? It happened like my father, he met with an accident and he had some fracture long back. Okay, so on the way back to the office. I don't know what made my mother to say. She suddenly looked at me. You done some mistake. That is why your father got the accident. I don't know what made her to say that. Till now, I don't know. She thought, you know what striked my. I was just in sixth standard and sixth or seventh. So, it got very shocking for me. I felt like maybe I was telling the lies to my mother. That is why the punishment is God gave the punishment to my father. I was feeling very bad. Okay, and you know what? I started like thinking that full night. I started thinking. Very next day, I went and told to my mother, I'm sorry, I was lying to you all these days. And I, instead of studying, I was reading these books inside the book. My mother, she didn't say anything. She just gave me a smile. But that night, first time I realized the meaning of peace. Something burden has released from my mind. Telling lies at that time, maybe it was not a bad thing actually. I was just like enjoying myself. I was thinking like, okay, anyways, before the exam I can study and I can write the exam. But the peace, the meaning of the real peace, I understood it when I stopped telling one of the bad habits, that is lies, telling lies actually. So when I changed it, I changed my entire life. I feel like I understood a new, a kind of a feeling actually, a new kind of a feeling, like how we feel like when we are hungry, when we feel sad, when we feel smile, same a new kind of a feeling called as peace. That is what when I enjoyed, when I stopped lying. So when you change your small habit, you can change your life. That's what like which I learned from one of these great example. Now, can I give you activity? Now you people are sleeping, so I like to give you activity. I just want you to go through these words for, I'll just give you 2 to 3 minutes and I'll just close this thing. It's a memory game. I want to know how many of you remember these words actually. Can we do it, kids? Are you ready?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so
Ready.
the words, I'll just read it once. It is lead, drive, hit, lift, eat, hop, lock, float. So these are the words. 3 minutes, 2 minutes is enough, right? You just go through these words. And it's a small activity so that you'll be awake from, I'll know that you're awake from the sleep. Ready? Yes? Okay? Can I start?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay, fine. Now start typing. The words should be in the order, same order. Let me know. This is nothing exam or something you're not going to, but just let me know how many of you remember. Okay, there are started lead, drive, hit, lift, heat, hop. Very good. Good. Lead, hit, eat, lock, drive, lift, hop. Very good. Lead, hit, lock, float. Good, good, good. Hop, float, lead, drive, hit, lift, flock. Very good. Yes. Lead, hit, eat, lock. Okay, very good. Good, 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 good. Okay, kids. So how many of you got this order? In the same order: lead, drive, hit, lift, eat, hop, lock, float. There are, okay, I can see many of you have written it. Very good. You know why I gave you this activity? This remembering this word is also a kind of a habit actually. It is a kind of habit because that habit is portraying you how much memory power you having actually. Long days, like even my younger sister, she's having a habit of remembering the words. She'll remember the phone numbers actually, even if it without the mobile phone. She'll hear it from someone, she'll save it in the mobile phone only after later. So it is also kind of a habit actually. Now the habits, now these numbers, when these words which you remember right now, and this when you are portraying it, it shows that how much memory power you having it. Within 2 minutes you remember these words actually. It's great actually. So it's portraying your identity. Understood. So actually, this is called as identity based habits. The what you portray, the habits which you are learning or which you are doing right now. Let it be a small habit, helping a small kid or helping an old lady. It portrays your identity. Or remembering the words. It shows like tomorrow. Oh yeah, Sanskriti, like whoever, like it's Sanskriti. I can see Archana. Archana is great. She remembers the words. That is how you're portraying yourself actually. Okay, then Tejaswini is good at remembering the numbers actually. Or you're looking beautiful. You remember like you wear like daily. You put your makeups. You maintain your skin, your body, everything. Like how she's looking beautiful. It's because a particular habit which you are developing daily. It portrays yourself to the society. Tomorrow, wherever you go, tomorrow now after your 12th, you will be joining in college. You will be having new friends, new teacher, new campus. Everything will be new. Okay, and through this small habit which you show it to them, that is being taken throughout your college. Oh yes, I know her. She's in that like, okay, second year MBA student, Soumya. She's great. She's good in speaking actually. Okay, she's good in taking lessons. If you speak along with your friends, if you chat, if you speak comedies, whatever it is, it shows your identity. It shows how, like how you're portraying your personality. Are you getting it, my kids?
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am.
Yes, sir.
Ma'am.
So this is what actually, see, we, our habits will change our life actually. Even a small change in habits, even a small change in your life, it will create a greater success in your life. Today morning you got up, usually used to get up daily at only after 9 o'clock. Now today all of a sudden you start thinking, no, I'll start getting up at 8 o'clock, 1 hour before. Let me see what changes I can see. Maybe that 1 hour you can save your day actually. 1 hour, anything you are doing it, like you're listening to the music, or you are listening to you're doing your exercise, something. You're just go to the kitchen, ask your mother, ma, what help you need. It changes actually, right? So you like 1 hour, so your mother will be shocked. Oh god, what happened to my kid? All of a sudden she's getting at 8 o'clock. I used to call her so much time at 9 o'clock, then only she used to get up. Now she's getting her at 8 o'clock and she's asking me what she wants me to help me in kitchen. So even your mother will be very shocked actually. You know, that one time if you do it, your mother will speak to her friends, and at least for that entire month, you know what, my Betty, she got up at 8 o'clock and she came to me and she asked me like, what do you need? Do you need any help? That mother will be very proud of you. And even you see that happiness through you, you have given a happiness to your mother, even you will feel a kind of a proud actually, a kind of a feelings like okay, because of me my mother is happy. We changed your life actually, and you feel like again I have to make her happy throughout my life, and you will be changing your own habits throughout it. Don't you, my kids? Don't you feel?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
So actually, you know what? One of my sir is there. Okay, his name is okay. He, you know how he used to take a very good class actually. But in between, you know, he'll ask some questions, and if we say some rubbish, he will ask it. "Arey pagal hai kya tu?" This is the way he used to portray. Okay. Now daily I used to feel, why this man is telling, like whenever we say some wrong answers, why he's telling "Arey pagal hai kya tu?" Why he's telling like that? You know what? It is his habit and the way he portray how beautiful he takes the class. That one sentence of him, actually it shows that Arey yaar, he's not coming from that big, or he's not that much good in his sanskar or something, whatever. I used to feel that kind. So even a small word which whenever you're using it, so you feel like, okay, this man is like, okay, from where he's coming. Like even I will tell you one, you would have seen this movie Munna Bhai. Have you ever seen this movie Munna Bhai of Sanjay Dutt? Kids, have you seen it?
Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
ma'am.
Yes, yes. In that
Yes,
movie,
ma'am.
Punnabai, he's telling one thing when a girl is asking how she will check her future husband in a restaurant. So he tells in one sentence actually, if that man is calling that waiter as ch, then you should come out from that, because that man is not well society, or well, he's not coming from a well society actually. But if man is calling that waiter with a great respect, it shows that he's coming from a good family. So that is how he has been developed actually. So even a small habit, as I'm telling, whatever, see all these examples, where I'm taking you is like even a small habit, let it be a small, you'll be feeling that is this is a habit, it will be a habit which you're performing it for that one particular second, but it shows, it portray your personality, your identity to the entire society. It may give happiness to your family, to your friends actually. So that is what now I so now that is why even our small habit, it shows how we have to develop us. So you all are from the NSS and you want to do a great things, you're like looking for the social service actually, so you're all great kids. Okay, so even tomorrow, right now, you can serve your society by changing yourself, by changing, you just think what bad habit I'm having right now, and you just try to change it. See, it will not change it for one day. Even when I stopped telling lies, it didn't stop me. I was like morally attracted to tell lies actually, but it took me days, weeks, and months for me to change that particular habit, because we're addicted to that habit actually. Usually we used to say, there was a like a story when I was going through, I heard a story like a great man, he wants his son to change a particular negative habit. Now for that, what this man did is like, he took his son through a garden. He asked this his son to pluck one small flower. So the son, he, okay, done, he just plucked it. Then again he moved through the garden, through, like he just walked away. So he saw a small plant, little bigger. So they asked him to take it out, that plant. The son very quietly, he took it. Then again he went, the little a tree, a small tree actually. He asked it with great bushes actually at first. Then with great difficulty, the son, he took the bushes. Then again he moved away. He saw a small tree actually. The father asked the son, just take it, that tree. The son told, how can I take a tree with my bare hands? So that is where you have to, you just identify your bad habit right now. Once it started developing in your life, it's very difficult for you to remove. Once you identify it in the beginning itself, it's very easy for you to remove it, which will lead you to a great success in your future actually. Done, kids? Actually, you know what, how this habits is just small slide actually, where I came through it. It is like this three layers of behavior. It's showing like the first level is your outcome, the second level is your process, the third level is your identity. See how you are planning to change your behavior. It's is it possible for me to change this behavior through it? Yes, it is possible for you to change it. Identify your habits, okay, make it like in a tracker, in your notebook, in your rough book or something. Write down all your bad habits, okay. Take any one of it, don't do any two or three. Most of you kids will have only two or three, nothing more than that. No bad habits will be there, so take any one, okay. Getting angry to your parents, maybe that, or something like that. You just take one of your bad habits. What you have to do is like, first thing you will do, the first day, I will make sure that I will not repeat this action anytime. And that day it will be there in your brain, where whenever you're trying to take it, or whenever you're going to take your Facebook page or an Instagram page, immediately you will be pulled back actually, because that particular day you will not find it like it will be easy for you. Okay, for one day it is okay, but the second day you have to take it. It should be like a routine thing. Actually, you have to reward it again and again and again. You have to routine, you have to take the action, you drive it, you make sure that your action, whatever you're taking it again and again, you have to do it. Then finally, when you come to this conclusion, you can see that you will be rewarded in the success. Maybe you are not aware that you have changed that thing. Slowly it will become part of your life. Okay, only when you realize it, only when you are able to achieve success in your life. So like for example, the simple example which I've done it actually, when I stopped telling lies, the peace which I have received, it was very difficult for me actually. What I did is I used to remind, I should not tell lie, I should not tell, I should not. Automatically it became a routine in my life, where finally I reached the reward. There was a one great person who also had the same story of stopping the lies, and he was named actually one. Once he stopped this lie, okay, it became one of his most important words, motivational words. Can you just tell me who is that great person? Anybody? Actually, we have a story about him also. Anybody? I'll give you a clue also. He's an Indian, and he was our. Anybody? You have.
Gandhiji.
Yes, Mahatma Gandhi ji. Even he stopped. He told a lie and he stopped telling lies. And one of his main motto was, what was the one of his motto? Apart from non-violence, what was his main motto?
Be, be the change you.
Yes, be the change. So what it is, what he is telling is like, you try to change your habit in a small habit. Tomorrow, you don't know when you reach your success actually, when you will find your success. Now, is it difficult for you to change the habit? No, it is not at all difficult. It's not difficult like you have to pluck a very big tree or something. It's just like plucking a small flower, so that once you change your habit of yourself, tomorrow it will be very useful for your own society actually. This is a small habit tracker which I used to maintain long back, but now not now. It's like you can write your habits, you can just mark yourself. It's like a self assessment. You're assessing yourself, how much I am doing it. Am I good to my parents? Am I good to my friends? Am I good to myself? Am I doing something wrong? This is should be a secret book, it should not be shown to anybody. Okay, am I able to change it? Are my marks going up? Is it that? So how many of you are planning to take a new year resolution? It's not like how many of you are planning like, okay, no one is going to do it. Like, are you having a like, are you planning like, okay, I have to do some changes in my habit? How many of you are feeling like that actually? Tell me. Just tell me yes or no. Kids, again went to sleep. I don't know, my sound was so soothing. Yes, yes,
Yes.
yes, 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 yes. Kids, I'll tell you one thing. Seriously, I'll tell you one thing. Small habit change, not nothing. Don't do anything. You just smiling, a small smile. Okay, when you see a person who comes to your home, or just a person who is out, a small smile in your face. You know what will go through in that person's mind? Okay, she's a very beautiful kid. She's a very kind kid. That small smile, a habit of giving a small smile in your face will create a very big image of yours to others. Like, since all of you are into a social service actually, that small smile, it may changes, like it may create a big impact on others, where even they feel like, okay, they will also feel like smiling you back. We can create a peaceful surrounding in among ourselves. Once we change our surrounding, slowly it will be spreading from to the another society surrounding, right? Slowly it moves from one society to another society, where it may be changed to our nation. So tomorrow, so just a small habit where you feel like I've not done till now, just try to do it and see how far you will be getting the reward of it actually. Maybe you will be getting the reward in your great days actually. In the coming days, you'll see that success in your life. Once you are in a college, you'll see how good you are, how others are looking at you at a great day, or how good your personality are, how well you have tamed it. So from now onwards, you just try to change your small habits. So now it is time for us to break our habits. It is really a time to change it. Now, why do you feel like you are having, before when you are going to change it, you first check, why do I have this bad habit? Is it because the stress I'm watching videos, because of the stress I'm getting of my plus 2 exams? Is it because of that, or am I feeling bored after studying all this? Am I feeling bored, or am I getting scared? If because of that, am I telling the lies actually? So you just check, you just keep on checking actually, why this why I'm having this bad habits. First you should have a self awareness in yourself. Actually, first you should know, why do I need this, why this problem is actually existing. So it's like a kind of a feeling. Once you have this self awareness, you try to replace your bad habit with some good habits. Instead of watching the videos, listen to some kind of a music actually, or something. Like, instead of telling lies, ask your mother to, like when I had it, I just got a help from my mother or any friends who are, you feel like, okay, they will help me to change my habit, whom you trust actually. Kids, you know what, it's a high time that we have to change our bad habit. It is just a small, maybe as I told you, it's just a biting your nails. Okay, you know what, when you bite your nails tomorrow, it may portray you like, okay, she is not that confident. A person, a college, a teacher, a lecturer will, okay, identify you, so she's not that confident. Maybe you are real a confident person, since a small habit of you portray you in a negative way. So instead of biting, you just try to stop that small habit, where you can portray yourself in a very positive manner actually. So just try to do it. Just keep on, just in your book, in your rough book, somewhere in your small piece of paper, just write it down, and you just try to change it this coming weeks, or which will lead you to a great success. Is that, now there is a great word, it's a by Colin, actually, Colin Powell. He was the 65th US secretary actually, from 2001 to 2005. He served for as US secretary. Now he told, like, habits is the one, if you are planning to achieve success or excellence in your life, the small bad habit of you should be replaced by a great good habits actually. Am I right, kids? Now I like to know whether how many of you feel like this lady morning itself telling about habits, 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 habits. Why don't have any bad habits at all? Do you feel like that, kids?
No, ma'am.
No,
No,
ma'am.
ma'am.
No, ma'am.
Or did you feel like, okay,
No,
I
ma'am.
have a small bad habit and I want to change it? Have you felt like that actually?
Yes,
I want
ma'am.
to. Huh?
Yes,
Any,
ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
and will you promise me that, okay, I will change my bad habit? Will you promise? And will you just tell Preeti ma'am actually, ma'am, I have changed one of my bad habit. Don't tell her also what is your bad habit. That's your secret actually. Okay, but will you tell your Preeti ma'am that, okay, ma'am, I have changed because of Soumya ma'am, I have changed one of my bad habit. Will you do that, kids?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I would like to share you one a video which I saw it through YouTube. Okay, we'll do it one second.
Important habit
Is the
that you
volume
can ever
audible?
learn in your life.
Yes,
And
ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, fine.
no, it's not something like meditate, exercise, or get up early. This is something that I have not heard anyone talk about. And I'm going to tell you what it is by sharing with you a quick 2-minute story. This is Tom, and Tom has told himself that 2019 is going to be the year where he finally gets his life together. So on New Year's Eve of 2018, he sits down and he writes out all of his New Year's resolutions, and he writes things like exercise, eat healthy, and get up early. And as Tom is writing all of this down, he is getting really excited, and he can almost feel all the newfound energy that he's going to have. And he even becomes proud of himself just for thinking of doing all these things. So the new year comes around and Tom starts off really strong. He's working out, he's getting up early, and he looks and feels a lot better. But one day, After a long day at work, he didn't really feel like going to the gym. It's not good to work out when you were tired, Tom would tell himself. So he decided to go home. And when he got home, he didn't really feel like eating that big bowl of salad. What he felt like eating was a great big juicy burger. And again, Tom told himself that, you know what? I've been working really hard over the past few weeks. I deserve a day off. And that's exactly what he took for himself. And over the next few weeks, Tom's good habits started to slow down. He started to sleep in a little bit. He would skip a gym session here and there. And then fast forward another few weeks, and almost all of Tom's good habits are gone. And he basically ended up exactly where he started. Personally, I can totally relate with Tom, and I'm guessing at least some of you probably can too. And the question is, why did Tom not stick with his good new habits? And the main reason why Tom and why most people don't stick with good new positive habits is because they don't possess the most important habit, which is something called commitment. And the definition of commitment is an engagement or obligation that restricts freedom of action. So that means you no longer have the freedom to do anything else once you commit to something. So you might be asking yourself, well, how do I really get this commitment thing? And there honestly isn't a really simple answer to this, but the best answer that I can give you is that you have to just think long and hard about what you are committing to. I'll give you an example. Let's say you currently lift weights 2 times per month, and you tell yourself that you want to start to work out more. Most people in this situation will say, I am going to go to the gym 3 times per week from now on. Now, this may not seem like a ton, but this is actually a 600% increase from going to the gym 2 times per month to 12 times per month. And it's this drastic change that makes it really hard to stay committed. So this is what I would recommend. Instead of going to the gym 3 times per week, try going to the gym once every week for the next 3 months. And then once that becomes easy and it feels like it's just a part of your normal day life, like brushing your teeth, then go to the gym 2 times per week, and then do that for 3 months, then 3 times and 4 times, and so on and so forth. And I would also recommend just focusing on one new habit at a time. You can try doing a few at a time, but usually you'll end up exactly like Tom. But if you really do feel like you can take on more, then go for it. But the key thing here is to always stay committed. It's really important to never ever go back in your commitments, because if you cannot honor your commitments, you simply won't get to where you want to go in life. Creating great habits is kind of like building a house. Imagine that all of your habits are like bricks that you stack on top of one another, and the commitment is like the glue that holds all the bricks in place. It's kind of fun and easy in a way to just kind of stack up bricks on top of one another, and then we imagine this amazing looking house that we are going to build. But without the glue, without the cement, that house will inevitably fall, and you will probably end up exactly where you left off. And this is something that I personally have done so many times in my past. So take your time and be precise with every single brick, and eventually you will build.
So, what do you understand from the video, kids? It's like, don't change your habit, all the habits throughout actually. Take one habit, try to change it. It may take time for you to change it. Take some time. Take your second habit, try to change it. Now, as you have a very long, beautiful years to come for in your life. You will see different kind of people. You will meet different kind of different people who have different kind of habits actually. Learn something good from them. Don't take any bad thing from them. Try to portray yourself to everybody in a good way. So, and you, when once you started, like, take small break, how it was showing in that video, take a small habit, you just make sure it is being glued to your life. Take then another habit, again glue to your life. So slowly you can see that you have reached the, you have entered into a beautiful house of success, which is called as in your life actually, a very beautiful success you will be facing in your life. By the age of my age or something, you will be in a great position once you change the habits actually. So how is it feeling for you, kids? Do you feel it's good? Yes?
Yes,
Yes.
ma'am, a lot.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, fine. So it's already 11 o'clock. So I've just prepared for a small habits, and I felt like, okay, I will share with you kids, from a new kids, beautiful one, who is very ready to do social service. And I have heard a lot about from Swami sir, also very intellectual kids. So great, I am able to speak with you.
Yes, Ira?
On behalf of the NSS wing of Carmel Convent School, Chandigarh, I extend a heartfelt gratitude to our guest speaker, Soumya Maam, who spent her valuable time gracing the occasion and sharing her opinions with us. Today, we got the opportunity to hear you and interact with you about the power of habits, which definitely was a very thought provoking topic for us and has definitely inspired us. Thank you, ma'am.
You're